All right, what's going on? What's going on? My name is Ari, the Healing Empress, aka the Fly Goddess. First card I saw was moving boxes. All right, something's being moved. You could be being moved, or something's being moved around. Something is being moved around. All right, full exposure of what somebody did. All right, so somebody completely got caught. Swamp monster is significant. This could be a baby mother, a goofy bitch. All right, somebody that's competing. All right, mail tracking. Somebody got caught doing something when it intercepting. All right, somebody got caught intercepting mail. All right, getting money so you can both relax. All right, so you are getting some money to where you and somebody else can relax, or somebody is receiving some money to where you and them both can relax. But there's some relaxation getting ready to happen. All right, coming from your baby father. All right, so there could have been some things that happened behind the scenes when it comes to a baby father's passing. All right. Thursday the day, not looking back, swamp monster. All right, so something happened to a feminine energy. All right, Thursday, and they can't go back. They can't fix what they did. All right, golden keys here. Something is being all right, they should have let you alone. Now God is handling them. All right, these people are getting caught up for what they did. All right, somebody was getting caught up, so somebody could say that you passed away. All right, you could be receiving something from a passed on baby father, or a passed on father-like energy. Somebody, they're real documents that was filed, but somebody signed your name. All right, a feminine energy. All right, somebody sees why people did so much and lied so heavy about this. All right, somebody tried to unalive you because they transferred property illegally. All right, somebody could be getting ready to receive a necklace or a piece of jewelry is significant. All right, getting ready to move away. Somebody is afraid to lose. All right, and they're acting crazy. This could be a sister that is a Eastern star and a mother. All right, so this is a mother duo, a mother-daughter duo. These people are leaving and being caught. All right, so you could be leaving and these people could be getting caught. All right, these people could be leaving. All right, swamp monster came out again. Barbara is significant. Manning could be significant as well. All right, lockbox and information. There's a feminine energy that knows about this lockbox information. Santa Clara is significant. Golden Keys. All right, California is significant, and Golden Keys is here. All right, next destination. All right, so somebody being put out of somewhere you're going. All right, somebody doesn't care. He's leaving with you. All right, he doesn't care. He isn't leaving. All right, so somebody could be telling somebody some information when it comes to you, and somebody said they don't give a damn. All right, trust documentations are here. All right, there's a swamp monster, a feminine energy. All right, who has a death angel around her. All right, eggs work with your family. All right, so there's eggs that work with your family. All right, somebody signed something to reopen something. All right, and this could have been whoever got access to this lockbox. There's a ex that worked with this person. All right, to do this. Somebody found out they stole and had access to your mail. All right, courts talking to other courts. All right, you got mail coming from a baby father. These are trust documents. All right, ready to leave. All right, you got something that's coming in for you. All right, looking crazy about the lies they said about you. All right, so a lot of people looking crazy at this time because you're finding out shit. All right, celestial, what is that? Sentient divine entity. All right, this is the first contract that you signed with God. All right, something about this first contract that you're signing with God. All right, dreams. Something about some dreams that you're having, but it was with a different person. So you could have had a dream about something happening with you and a masculine, but it's actually somebody else. All right, it's actually a different masculine. All right, dad's side is significant. All right, glass walls and home. Damn, that's crazy because that is the dream that I had. All right, home. All right, inside of this home there were glass walls. Something about glass walls in this home. All right, they see that they can't win coming for you. Somebody see that there's nothing that they can do. Somebody is in a denial that they are caught. All right, somebody can't believe that they got caught up. All right, it's death or jail is here. Somebody going through death or jail at this time, or they know that's what they could get ready to go through for what they did. All right, there's a money arriving overnight. You got money arriving overnight tomorrow. Damn. Somebody can have money coming towards them. All right, something about a safe deposit box is significant. California is significant. Somebody got something they ain't got no business having. All right, vacation to really relax. All right, somebody is supposed to be getting $5,000 a month, or like 5,000. You're supposed to be getting thousands a month. All right, planning something different than before. All right, so you could be getting ready to do something. Home sweet home is here. Home sweet home is here. All right. Everything is about to change for you real quickly. All right. It's something getting ready to change. It has something to do with a lump sum of money. 401k could be significant. There's more evidence that came to the surface about this money. So I'm hearing like the shit is too easy. All right. Your family is racist. All right. You could be the same nationality as your family. You could be lighter. Hell, they could be darker. There's racism within your own family. All right, I know it's something within mine. All right, paradise at home. All right, you're getting ready to experience paradise, but paradise in your own home. All right, you're not gonna have to go away to get paradise. You're gonna have it within your own home. All right, somebody was worried about shit. This person has to get out of your shit. So somebody who watching you in your shit know they gotta get out. They know they gotta get out. This a mother figure is significant. All right, you could have already made the phone calls that's necessary. Yeah, it's necessary. Yeah, it's significant. The courts is significant, and travel. You're getting ready to travel. All right, knows the people that you know. Somebody you've been talking to knows the people that you know, and they been keeping it a fucking secret. I've been noticing a lot of that shit. All right, they see why people did so much and lie heavy. All right, somebody's getting ready to message you. Somebody getting ready to tell you some shit. All right, YouTube is significant. Somebody thinks that they're under the radar and they fucking not. They could watch you on YouTube. They could watch you on a different platform. All right, they think that you can't see them there. All right, you are getting ready to leave now. This is a female cousin that's watching you. All right, you have to sign something, so which means that you have to leave and go somewhere earlier. All right, reaping your benefits. Is super jealous. All right, somebody knows that you're unmatched. All right, you got people who watch you. They jealous as fuck because they don't know what you know. All right, somebody already knew the code. All right, so somebody already knew something acting like they didn't know. All right, new money to move. All right, New York is significant. Time is up. Jail is here. Somebody definitely going to jail. No questions asked. All right, you could already know who's going to jail. All right, somebody going out their way, last destination. All right, somebody knows that you're finding out information quickly and swiftly. All right, somebody did PPP loans. All right, get ready for big money. All right, easy transition is here. Easy transition. All right, then you got stolen home here. All right, you finna get ready to move into a home. All right, and this is something that somebody stole from you. All right, and you're come to this shit. All right, there's someone that can't be pushed away as well. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and end this read over here on YouTube. All right, and I'm going to start a new one. All right, so somebody's messaging you. All right, somebody knows that you can find out information quick. All right, you got shit coming towards you. All right, and I'm gonna leave this message at that, and I will see you in the next one.